Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Dorknamic Duo. My name is DK.
I'm Bun Bun.
And today we have a special guest. We have...
Howl!
So this episode we're going to be reviewing X-Men Apocalypse. We just actually got back right now from watching it. It's around 10:30 on Sunday night. So we just got back. This is a little bit late, but we kind of just didn't want to go with all the rush with the Memorial Day weekend crowd. So we saw it nice. It was pretty much an empty theater, so we actually got to experience it. First thing off, I want to let everybody know if you haven't seen the movie, we're going to be doing a lot of spoilers with our opinions. So if you haven't seen the movie, don't watch this video yet, but you can watch it after you watch the video. But if you haven't seen it and you're gonna go see it, definitely, in my recommendation, I don't know if you guys have anything, but my recommendation is definitely see it in 3D. It's a better experience in 3D. So just gonna say that and put it out there. So let's get started with the video. So let's move on to Bun Bun and see. We're gonna see what the consensus of the video is, of the movie is. So my opinion of the movie was, it was not this. This is what Apocalypse is. That movie was not. So that's my thing. Go.
Well, if you like X-Men and you read the comic books and you want it to be that, this isn't that. It's the complete opposite. Just wow.
Again, it wasn't this.
No.
It wasn't this.
No.
Howl?
You know what? It's very interesting when you watch the movie itself. There are some high points of the movie itself. There are definite some low points of the movie as well, and there's some WTF moments, like you don't even know what the hell you're just watching. So if we had to look on the X-Men scale, one being, Wolverine Origins, which is my opinion, being number one, and then being 10.
Wait, number one movie?
Number one being the worst movie out of all the X-Men
Okay, scale
movies.
from 1 to 10.
From 1 to 10, yeah. Sorry, let me clarify that. Scale from 1 to 10, 1 being X-Men Origins Wolverine, being god-awful. And then 10 actually being X-Men Days of Futures Past Rogue Edition, because that actually, a lot of stuff got tied in, a lot of stuff got answered, where you're just watching the original film and you're like, how the hell did the Sentinels absorb people's powers? I thought they could just morph into things. Like, I don't understand what the hell's happening. So, it's like one of those kind of things. And, I would say I'd give this a solid 6.
Solid 6.
Solid 6. Could have been pretty bad, but it wasn't. It was all right.
It could have been worse.
You know what? I'm waiting for it to come out, and I actually talked to these guys about it. I'm waiting for the Jubilee edition to come out.
Yes.
Where they'll actually have more scenes of Jubilee in it, and we're not going to just see her go to the mall. Or her...
True.
Just about to say something and someone cuts her off.
Right.
So there's that happening in the movie. So spoiler alert, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So
go ahead. Oh, well, I was going to say, because I did read an article about Bryan Singer saying that just like in the last movie, he cut out a whole bunch of Rogue scenes. This one, he cut a whole bunch of Jubilee scenes. And he said that he was going to release more cuts of Jubilee in the DVD edition. So I don't know if it's going to be a Jubilee edition or it's just going to be a director's cut or whatnot, even though he says he doesn't like director's cuts, but this is exactly what he's doing in the past 2 movies.
I'm sorry, what was Rogue Edition? A director's cut.
Exactly.
So pretty much, unless you really want to watch these movies in 3D, but if you don't care, don't even watch it. Just wait for the editions.
Oh, the DVDs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean, they make more sense and it's just better.
Well, yeah. I mean, with me, it's like, as I was telling these guys, the special effects was good.
Yeah.
Especially when you have the 3D glasses, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
The costumes were great. Story was shit. It is. The story is just shit. It pulls from so many different storylines and just jumbles it up all into one. It was just crap.
Yeah.
It's crap. I mean, you're like, as Howell said, it's like there was tons of WTF moments. Like, for one, the first thing, when did Storm become Egyptian. I mean, Apocalypse finds her in Egypt being a thief. I'm like, where's this whole Africa backstory when we first discover her? That was my first thing when I saw it. I was like, WTF. I'm like, I was so mad at that, and that kind of like set the tone for the whole movie. So, I mean, that's just me. I don't know about you guys.
For me, the disappointing thing was Xavier, how he lost his hair. From having hair like mine to having no hair.
Like that?
Like how, in like that. And it was like, just disappointing. Yeah.
I think yeah, right. I think for me, the disappointing part was Apocalypse's backstory. It's very questionable, stating that apparently back in Egypt that they had this like really crazy technology, and somehow something happened and there was an uproar and he got betrayed or something. And it was very like kind of just like they kind of swept it under the rug kind of situation. So that was very in itself very questionable.
Wow.
They swept a lot of shit under the rug.
Wait, but like the reason why the Egyptians had so much technology is because UFOs. Just
which would have made more sense if they actually, tied in the Shi'ar, which would have made more sense where the technology came from. It just made it sound like they were a super, like, advanced race of Egyptians, and
it was Stargate. Shut up.
Okay, you know what? That could be a really great theory.
There's a tie-in to Stargate.
Pretty much.
Right, exactly. And I think it would have made more sense with the other people that they recruited as the Horsemen. I mean, I can kind of see where it was kind of going with that, even though one out of the other 3 Horsemen that he recruited made more sense since that's the one he created, which was Angel into Archangel. If you watch the anime series like I did growing up as a kid and also reading the comics. So there's a lot of moments in this movie which it just felt like there's a lot happening. It was like a one big pot of X-Men stew, and you just like didn't know what the hell to put in it, so you're just gonna chuck every little bit of it into it and stir it all together and just serve it to everyone and see what the reactions are going to be. And our reaction video is probably going to be like many other reaction videos, but we're very curious to see what your guys' comments are, and leave it down below.
It was just a big singer shit stew.
Yeah.
Singer shit stew. That's what.
Oh my goodness! And Storm, we find out her origin story in this one, where she comes from, how she gets her power.
Or her powers get enhanced, which, okay, is another thing in the movie that didn't make a lot of sense. So I didn't know this, but maybe you guys can clue me in. But I have never seen Apocalypse ever look at someone and enhance their power. It's like he's like steroids for any mutant. Like looking at him, you become a super mutant. I had no other idea. I had no clue about that. That was completely backwards to me. And then another WTF moment happened when we find out that Eric decided to have a wife and kid. When did that all happen? How long was the second movie compared to the third movie? We don't know. It seemed like it had been many, many, many damn years.
About
apparently.
like 10 or 8 years.
Yeah,
apparently.
10 years.
Even though J-Law kind of mentioned in the movie, like, I remember back when, you guys were kids, I'm like, girl, you still look like you're 15. So I don't even know how you're making it sound like you're like a much mature woman. You still look the same. But also, I think it's also because Mystique can always, change her appearance. So she probably is much older.
Mystique can.
Yes.
Stickers can't. Just saying.
Yeah, that's our opinion on the Mystique costume. It looks like a bunch of Post-its and stickers. Blue stickers are just pasted all over her. And one of my friends actually went and saw Jennifer Lawrence on the X-Men. I mean, X-Men Apocalypse. Sorry.
Hunger Games Apocalypse.
Shade.
Hunger Games Apocalypse. He said, and I really agree to it, that she basically sleepwalked through this whole movie. Like, she really didn't do anything in this movie. She just was in there for a few lines. And I counted it. She only turned into Mystique 3 times. 3 times. 3 times in this whole movie. The movie was like 2 hours long. And she only turned into Mystique 3 times. That's it. So that was my big thing about it. I'm so glad that she's done with the X-Men now. Now she can just move away, get away, do whatever she needs to do, her little Oscar movies. But yeah, please don't come back and doing Mystique anymore. Even Bryan Singer says he wanted to do a Mystique spinoff, and I was just like, yeah, no. Unless you want to do it.
She's going to be all human.
Well, exactly. But I mean, if they're going to do a Mystique one, I mean, if they're not going to use Jennifer Lawrence, I mean, they're going to do a whole origin story, but they already did that already.
That's true.
I mean, they already did the whole origin story. I mean, I don't know. I mean, just...
I think if they did a Mystique origin story, and this is totally going out to Bryan Singer, please don't get Jennifer Lawrence to do it, because she probably doesn't want to wear the blue makeup.
Wait, if this is a video that's going out to Bryan Singer, I got a whole lot of shit to say.
I know, but we don't have all night. That we don't have all night for that. So I'm gonna say this: if you're gonna do a Mystique movie, I am totally open to having Rebecca Romaine Stamos come back to do Mystique, because she was a bomb ass Mystique.
Now
and
she's
if
a
you're
living
watching this,
embodiment of
Rebecca,
it.
my hat's off to you. I loved watching you in the X-Men movies. You embodied Mystique.
True.
You were just hands down great performance. So I'm just happy with that. Another WTF moment I want to throw out there to everyone, and you guys can chime in on this, that all of a sudden we're saying now that Jean had the Phoenix inside of her ever since she was a damn kid. She was like 12 years old, she had the Phoenix. So when did that revelation
this happened at the end of the movie.
Yes.
Where, like, Xavier's like, unleash your powers, let go. And all of a sudden,
Help me.
Help me,
as he sheds a tear for dramatic effect.
I know, and all of a sudden, Jean just like, the whole
it.
Phoenix entity just comes out of her. Yes. I'm like, I'm sorry, when did she get the M-Crown crystal? I don't remember that. Is that right? I don't know.
It must have happened in a side story that we don't know about in a deleted scene. She just found it on the side of the road.
Maybe that'll be in the director's cut and the Jubilee cut.
The Jubilee cut.
Jubilee helped her. Jubilee gave it to her.
We should probably have best if they're going to call it the Jubilee cut, because I have a feeling it maybe called that. But yeah, that's another thing in the movie which I was just watching there. I mean, it was pretty awesome because like
I said, the special effects were great.
The special effects were on point.
They were.
You would hope so, because it's Fox, and they're spending a lot of money on this. But the Phoenix part was amazing. Why that was chimed in, or why she had the finishing blow to Apocalypse, bizarre. I have no idea. And it also kind of like his defeat was very lowbrow, very like, oh, he just gets done like that, and he's all of a sudden a skeleton, and he just drifts off
turns into dust
apparently, which is very backwards, because Apocalypse has always been a reoccurring adversary for the X-Men and throughout the comics, including now with the Apocalypse Wars that's happening. So I'm very confused on what exactly happened, and I'm surprised that we didn't see no mentioning of Cable, because it would have made sense.
Well, Cable's coming out in the Deadpool movie.
Yeah, but that's not going to tie in with the X-Men movie. They'll just make fun of it, but it's not going to ever be happening.
Speaking about the making fun of the previous movies, there was a scene in the movie where they were where Jean kind of mentions about the third movie always sucking.
Yeah.
What were they talking about? Like, what were they talking about? Like movies or something like that? And then she just throws in, she's like, yeah, but we always know that the third movie always sucks.
I think that was a dig at the third X-Men movie, because the third
I thought they were talking about this one.
Because they killed her off?
Whoa.
I thought they were talking about this one.
You know what? Take it how you want. We agree that this one, third, was a bad one, but,
I actually liked X3. Reason being, I know probably people are going to fight me on this, and maybe you two are going to fight me on this, but the only reason I really, really love X3 is because we finally get to see all the X-Men use their powers.
Oh, sure.
X-Men 1 and 2 is just like, Storm's like, woo, and Jean's like, woo, and it's just like, in the third one, they actually had a battle, and you got to see everybody's powers come together. That's the one thing I really like about X3, because between 1 and 2, it was like, I was constantly trying to, where's their powers? I'm sorry, we're digressing. Let's go back to this one, Apocalypse, or Jennifer Lawrence and the X-Men. So, another good thing I liked about this one is Jackman. That... well, yes, before we talk about Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, I I really liked how they introduced the Caliban character in this movie, which was really great to see that. And they also threw in the Blob. The Blob was actually in this movie also. Angel was fighting the Blob and beat him, and so that was a good thing. That was a nice thing to see that. So I go ahead.
Okay, I have a question. So, how did that actually end up happening? Because the Blob has always been a very hard person to beat. I don't know how Angel, being Angel.
Yeah, he wasn't even Archangel. He was just Angel.
He was just Angel. He just had wings, like
with claws. He has a claw.
With a claw.
He has claws on the tip of his wings.
Claws.
So we find out now.
How that happened, we don't know. So
another WTF.
Yeah, another WTF from Howell. But yeah, it was kind of backwards. The great thing, though, you gotta admit, is they chose a really great Cyclops.
Yes.
Ty Schneider, I think that's his name. I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name. I apologize. And Sophie Turner as Jean Grey. I was really not sure on the actual picking of her because of, being a big Game of Thrones fan I am, and along with everyone else. It was just kind of weird to see her have a normal American accent.
I kind of just wish her hair was darker. Just a little bit darker, She just kind of had, like...
But I think I don't know. I liked her hair the way it was. I think it was great.
You just wanted her to look more like.
She looked a lot like Sansa Stark.
Yeah,
like her hair was Sansa Stark. Like she was giving me Sansa Stark realness hairdo. Like it wasn't Jean Grey hairdo.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I think another gripe I have with the movie, which I don't know if you guys can want to chime in, as a child of the 80s and also watching a lot of shows that are now on TV that are based off of the 80s. This movie was very lackluster in the 80s. We only heard, maybe one or two 80s songs. There's a montage happening.
The Quicksilver scene.
The Quicksilver scene. Amazing. I saw the now this video, the making of that whole scene. Amazing. You should totally watch it. We'll try to, link it if I could find it in the body of the video, whatever, how that works.
Yeah, he's actually, I liked him out of everyone.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where it goes. And that's, it. Because there's a lot of people's faces I just didn't like. I'm just saying.
And he also reveals in this movie, he actually says that he's Magneto's son. Yeah. So that was kind of nice to see. But he didn't tell Magneto.
No.
Right. He decided to keep that information to himself.
Yeah.
And also Havoc dies in this movie, which kind of was sad.
Again,
I like Havoc.
Second time. If anyone was counting the other two movies, this is the second time he died. So, just saying. He died. Yeah. It's very weird. But, overall, as an X-Men fan, I love the X-Men movies. And I know DK is going to we've had many discussions about this. I appreciate the X-Men movies and what they brought, especially for me as a child watching, wanting to see a lot of superhero movies and having to wait, 20 years for a superhero movie to come out. Nowadays, it's every year there's a superhero movie coming.
Or series.
Or series, But I think this was a very, it's a very interesting way, the way they ended the movie. So we got a little sneak peek of the Danger Room finally, and then...
Dude, that was just a cleanup of the set. That wasn't even the ending.
No, you're talking about the after clip. You're talking about the end of the movie.
I'm talking about the end of the movie.
So the movie kind of ends, with them in the Danger Room, and Mystique's, giving them the whole power talk. And it was nice to see Mystique finally kind of in her white outfit, kind of. There was, a white stripe going down here, and I was like, yeah, that's Mystique that we know. But yeah, they're in the Danger Room, so it's Nightcrawler, Angel or Archangel, Storm, Cyclops, Jean, and that's it, right? Just those 5? And Beast?
And Quicksilver.
Oh, Quicksilver.
Oh, yeah.
Quicksilver.
And Beast was, manning the
controls.
The controls, as usual.
Yeah.
And then here come all the Sentinels, and they start fighting the Sentinels, and Xavier looks like actual Xavier with the blue suit and the tie and the bald head and then the whole thing. But yeah, if you guys also, when you guys see this movie, just want to close up this video, but if you want to see the end of the movie, the ending or the hidden clip or whatever is not really worth it. No, don't. It's not really worth it. It's really stupid. They just really touch again on the Weapon X project, but there's not really any substance to that
Yeah.
end clip. So
Yeah.
I felt really let down on that. Which
Same
was
here.
kind of sucky because I was kind of being let down through the whole movie. So this was just like the shit cherry on the shit cake.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping, pretty much I was hoping that there was going to be some kind of little tidbit, there was going to be some kind of little...
Hope. Some kind of little
Hope.
Hope.
Hope for the future of this, you know?
No, but I mean, the future of this movie, this franchise, there's beyond endless. But I mean, what I was hoping for was going to be a little taste of the next X-Men movie, because I've already read online that there's going to be another 2 X-Men movies that are going to be taking place in the 90s. One of them, or maybe both, in space. So we're going to finally see the Shi'ar. So we get to see
Alien.
An alien, and then who knows what's going to happen, with that, and then hopefully, now that apparently young Jean has the Phoenix power, it'll be developed more. I don't know. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see where the franchise is going to go now, since Jennifer
Hopefully
Lawrence.
I don't know if it can go any lower. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think
it's
since
kinda-
since we all read that J Law is not going to be doing it
Just keeps
anymore. This is
dragging
her
us.
last movie, and then
Thank
supposedly and McAvoy and Fassbender, their contract is up. So I don't know if there's any word on them going to be doing the next 2 X-Men movies. So I guess we'll wait and see what's going to happen.
Like, they can totally do the next X-Men movies without Magneto and Mystique. Like, but we have to have Professor Xavier there. I mean, that's
Yeah.
like a core character.
Yeah.
That's true.
So they did need to like do something and get him back on. But as far as Magneto and Mystique, they can go. If they are gonna go through the Shi'ar storyline, then we really don't need them, because there's other big bads out there that can, like, what's her name, the one with the arms,
Spiral. Oh, there you go, Spiral. Or
Mara Joe.
Mr. Sinister for everyone.
Oh, yeah,
Who
well, the
remembers Mr.
whole-
Sinister? Yes. Like, maybe, hey, why not include Morph? Like, I love
Oh,
Morph.
God, here we
even
go
though
again.
he was a really small character in the first episode of X-Men, but he did come back.
Animated X-Men.
Animated X-Men, whatever. Anyways, point is, I love Morph, and it would be great to see him in the movie, so I'd be happy to see that, and
Just for a little bit, and then that's it.
I don't want no cameo.
Just
I don't want him walking down the hall or him in the classroom and morphing into everyone and making fun of the instructor. I just want him to actually be part of the movie somehow. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, not just going to.
Oh, and Colossus too. So bring back Colossus.
No, Colossus is champion because Colossus is in Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
That's
But
true.
I'm talking about like the Colossus they had in the other X-Men movies. And they also, like, maybe we might have to recast him, which I'm okay with that. Go ahead and do that. Like, or even the Colossus that was in Days of Futures Past. Have him come back.
Yeah.
Why can't you guys just redo the whole X-Men thing and just do it right the first time around? And then
Well,
just
that's
be
when
done?
Marvel buys out the contract
that's when
from
Marvel
Fox.
gets it, and then they'll have J.J. Abrams, do it, and then we'll all just probably
finally be
fall
happy.
down in awe and be like, this is what we've been hoping for.
Or Josh Whedon.
Or Josh Whedon. Oh my god, that would be amazing. I mean, hello, he did, like, the first...
Avengers.
He did the first Avengers, but I'm talking about in the X-Men franchise. He did... I can't even think of the series he did for X-Men. But that whole series itself
Ultimate
was...
X-Men?
Not Ultimate X-Men. It was...
And Canyon?
Astonishing X-Men. There you go. Sorry. So don't crucify me, all the nerds out there. It's Astonishing X-Men. That itself was hands down the best run of Astonishing X-Men. After that, it went crap. My opinion. But when Josh Whedon did it, like, spot on. It was great. Great.
All right, so this video is getting a little bit long, so we're going to have to cut it short now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let us know about your thoughts of the X-Men movie, or Jennifer Lawrence and the X-Men, or Hunger Games featuring the X-Men, however you want to pronounce it.
Or stickers.
Or Sticker Girl. So yeah, so leave your comments down, right there, down below. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit like, comment. For our other videos, we do the Loot Crate. Look, I have a British accent now. Loot Crate unboxing, and we are still looking to give away those items. Bun in there threw a few of her items. So And like I said, we're going to be having a lot of more loot crates. We're going to have the sock one. We're going to have the anime. We have the pet one. We have the normal one. So we got a whole bunch of stuff in store. So
And then there's going to be more of these.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, there's other. We're gonna have this whole channel is gonna be just a bunch of dorky stuff. So we appreciate you watching the video. And one more thing before we leave, Bun Bun decided to tell me today that she ran into a couple of our fans.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna give it to Bun Bun to tell the story, really quick.
Well,
super quick, in under a minute.
Well, I went to Target. 2 people were staring at me that worked there. I thought I was stealing something.
Target in Alhambra, California.
They kept staring at me, and I'm like, I didn't steal anything. I got receipt for this stuff, But they told me that they actually seen my videos, and I just want to say thank you for that, and keep watching. And I hope I run into you again.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I was like, whoa, she's met some fans. That's actually pretty cool. So we are out there, and we do appreciate you watching the videos and hitting like, and give us your opinions. And, subscribe and pass the word. We're just a whole bunch of dorky people here, nerds, geeks, however you want to call us. As you can see, all the stuff behind us, we're very legit, legit. So yeah. So we're here for you guys. So, again, thank you for watching. This is DK.
This is Bun Bun.
Howl.
Mr. Howell. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.